strike drones attacked the territory of an enterprise producing rations for the Russian army in the Bryansk region. The Konserv-Sushprod enterprise in Starodub, the Bryansk region, was attacked on the evening of March 7, 2025. According to local residents, they heard 6 explosions, after which a fire broke out on the territory of the plant, which was recorded by some local residents. The attack by the strike drones was also confirmed by the governor of the region, Oleksandr Bogomaz. He stated that the air defense forces had been intercepting the drones of the Ukrainian defense forces. Work is underway to identify and destroy air targets, Bogomaz wrote. The plant itself is located 30 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. It should be noted that the enterprise was already attacked on May 14, 2023, when an unknown drone dropped a bomb on the roof of the building where canned food was produced. Earlier, Militarny reported that in November 2024, in the Russian city of Bryansk, attack drones had attacked a military facility. The OSINT analysts from the Okohora group wrote at the time that the drone strike could have targeted the arsenal of the 120th Main Missile and Artillery Directorate. It is known that in 2023, the head of the Russian government signed a decree according to which a new plant for the repair of artillery systems, 120 Arsenal, was to appear in the structure of the Russian Ministry of Defense in the city of Bryansk. The enterprise was to be deployed on the basis of the 120th Artillery Arsenal of the Russian Defense Ministry's Grey U. Ukrainian soldiers from the Reconnaissance Special Forces Company of the 1st Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine, Buravyi, are conducting raid operations behind enemy lines in the Kharkiv direction and capturing prisoners. These operations underscore Ukraine's commitment to leveraging elite units to disrupt and destabilize Russian military efforts in the area. The Kharkiv region has been a focal point of intense military activity since the onset of the Russian invasion. Ukrainian forces have employed various strategies to defend and reclaim territory, with special forces playing a pivotal role. Units like Buravyi have been instrumental in executing reconnaissance missions, sabotage operations, and direct engagements with enemy forces. In addition to Buravyi, other Ukrainian Special Forces units have been active in the Kharkiv region. The Kraken Regiment, for instance, is a volunteer unit formed in 2022, comprising veterans from the Azov Regiment. This unit has been involved in several key operations, including the liberation of occupied villages and participation in counteroffensives. Their actions have significantly contributed to disrupting Russian supply lines and command structures. Another notable unit is the Omega Group, a special forces unit within the National Guard of Ukraine. Established in 2003, Omega has evolved from counter-terrorism and bodyguard missions to conducting ambushes, raids, and reconnaissance behind enemy lines. Their extensive combat experience has been crucial in operations around Kharkiv and Donetsk, further highlighting the effectiveness of Ukraine's special forces in the ongoing conflict. The success of these special forces units is not solely attributed to their training and tactics, but also to the integration of advanced technology. In December 2024, Ukraine deployed an all-robot assault force in the Kharkiv region, marking a significant evolution in military strategy. This operation involved various drones and robotic technologies, including ground robots armed with machine guns and drones for surveillance, mine-laying, and explosive attacks. The deployment of these technologies signifies Ukraine's commitment to innovation on the battlefield, aiming to reduce troop exposure to enemy fire and enhance operational effectiveness. While Russia is pounding Ukraine, according to Trump, things are not so rosy in the real world. See this: a wounded Russian veteran, National Bolshevik no less, with shrapnel in his head and unfit for service due to epilepsy, was detained, deemed fit, and sent to the front. Apparently, he was one of the first scum to be in Sloviansk with Gherkin in 2014. A veteran with epilepsy and shrapnel in his head was unlawfully listed in SOK, detained, deemed fit for service, and sent to an assault unit. Militia and SMO veteran, National Bolshevik Dmitry Kolesnikov, call sign Koleso, was detained by military police, allegedly for unauthorized abandonment of his unit. Despite documented proof of his unfitness for military service due to combat injuries, he was sent to the front line. On January 22nd, he was detained by military police in his hometown of Barnaul. Despite having documented proof of his diagnosis, confirmed epilepsy, making him unfit for service, Category D, he was taken to a military unit. After being transferred between 4 different units, Kolesnikov ended up in Donetsk with the 1487th Motorized Rifle Regiment, Leningrad Regiment, which specializes in assault operations. In the regiment, Kolesnikov was initially told he would be discharged. He and 2 other soldiers with the same condition were prohibited from participating in basic military training. He was supposed to be sent to a hospital for medical evaluation and the start of the discharge process. Kolesnikov was one of the very first volunteers in 2014. He defended Sloviansk and took part in the battle for Debaltsev. In the summer of 2015, as a platoon commander in the Pyatnashka Brigade, he suffered a shrapnel wound to the head during the battle for Mariinka. He spent 2 days in a coma and miraculously survived. The shrapnel in his head had to be left in place, which later led to the development of epilepsy. Kolesnikov is also known from Eduard Limonov's book, The Leader Will Be Tender, which narrates the story of a 16-year-old Koleso and the National Bolsheviks Altai expedition, an event that, according to investigators, was an attempt to incite a pro-Russian uprising in northern Kazakhstan. Dmitry Kolesnikov is a true patriot who has already sacrificed his health in this war. The criminal case against him and his subsequent deployment to the front are unlawful. Please help spread this information. Scary footage from Odessa. A Russian Shahed drone exploded near a car, close to a gas station that was also targeted. Russians continue their nightly attacks on civilian and energy infrastructure, resulting in fires at an industrial building and gas station.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.